watching Ladies in the Locker Room. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I am doing just fantastic. How was your, first of all, how was your week? How was your Christmas? Well, first of all, let's tell everybody who we are. I'm Hattie. I am your Jersey girl. That's right. I'm from Jersey. I live in Georgia. And everyone says, oh, no, you're a Georgia peach now. No, I am a northern peach. I am still from Jersey. I just live in Georgia. But I'm Hattie. And you are?
I'm Lindsay and I'm from Orange County, California, born and raised.
Orange County now, is that where the surfers in California go, or that's the mountain part of the California? What is
Yeah,
the
no,
valley?
actually no, that's yes, surfers come here.
Okay.
Nice weather, not too far from the beach. So yeah,
Ooh.
it's
I'm a
nice.
I'm a
Yeah.
beach kind of girl, so I like being not too far from the beach. So tell me, how was your Christmas weather?
Christmas was great. Got to see a few family members that we hadn't seen since the pandemic started, so that was nice. Everybody came over fully vaccinated, so that was great. The weather has been rainy, which
Oh,
is actually nice.
it don't rain
Something
in Southern
different. Yeah.
California. At least that's what I was told. I guess I'm
I know
wrong.
we never have rain here, or we haven't recently, and it's actually been very, very nice to have some like rain because we're in a drought. Been in drought for a while, so it's great to
All
have
right.
some rain. What about you? How was your Christmas?
Well, Christmas in Georgia was really nice. It was like 70 degrees. I'm like really happy for all those kids that got their bicycles for Christmas and their hoverboards and
Oh
scooters and
yeah.
all that stuff because they got a chance to
Hmm.
hang out outside and ride those things. So we've had 65 to 70-degree weather for the past week.
Wow. Perfect
Yes,
weather.
perfect. Unusual, but perfect. I want to say hello to Mr. Oscar Jones, who's hanging out with us already today. Hey, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar.
So yeah, that was really cool. And one of the conversations I guess I've been having with people lately here is global warming. They're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Global warming is what I've heard." Because the
Yes.
weather is just so different now. I know up in Tacoma, Washington, and Seattle, and those guys got a dumping. They got some major snow that happened
Yeah.
here. This past week. So, and cold weather, and it's getting ready to drop down into the teens. I don't want to know anything about that.
No, it's crazy. And like all the weather we've been having just recently with the tornadoes, I think we talked about, and then just hurricanes and everything like that. It's been getting worse. And it's like, and here, especially with fires, because like I said, the drought, and we
Well, the
have
rain
such.
should help that a little bit. A little rain saturate some of the soil.
It does, but you have to just be careful. Too much rain because of where the fires were, they could have flooding. So
Yeah.
that's another precaution that everybody's looking into, and especially with where the fires have been. It's been on mountain like areas, hills, and with mudslides and that type of stuff. I think
Okay.
they're worried about that, but hopefully it's not too much. It's just enough to help us out a little bit here.
Hopefully. Well, we're
Mhm.
hoping for the best. So
Uh,
Christmas was good. Weather is good.
mhm.
So today's show, we're going to be talking about, I guess, a year in review here.
Yeah.
2021 has been a year. We're still in a pandemic, like it or not. We're still
Mhm.
in it. And now I think we got worse numbers this January than we had last January,
Oh,
uh,
definitely.
going into January, because last year everybody was more careful, everybody was wearing masks, everybody was more protected, and definitely still more sanitizing and all that kind of stuff. And I think we've let our guards down a little bit. So now I think we have a lot more cases of COVID. And then with the
Yeah.
new Omicron, which my
Yeah.
my son gets mad at me because I keep calling it the Omarion. Omarion is getting ready to tear up the group.
It
Omarion,
is.
it's
Mhm.
the
It
Omicron
is.
variant. I am really worried about that, and people who are vaccinated is catching it as well, and more
Yeah.
children. That's the thing
Yeah.
that scares me the most because children, to me, are one of the major carriers. They go to school and they
Yeah.
pick it up and they bring it back home to mama and dad and nana and everybody. So I'm
Yeah.
really a little bit worried about that because more children are in the hospital, I'm told, this time with this new variant.
It's
How's
true. And
things
it's
in
spreading so much
California?
faster. Oh, just as bad. I think it's like spreading 70 something times quicker than the Delta variant that which we just came from. And it's people are they're claiming that it's not you're not getting as sick, but what it's doing is it's more people are getting it. And
Right.
I feel like so many people that I know either have been exposed or
Yeah.
have COVID.
Yep.
Hearing about so many people, even the people who are vaccinated, and some
Yep.
people who are fully vaccinated, but they haven't went out and gotten their booster yet.
Right.
So
Correct.
if you haven't done that, it's probably now's the time. And what it else
I'm
is doing in
boosted.
sports, me too. And what it's doing in sports is it's wreaking havoc. And what they
Wreaking
just did out
havoc.
here, yeah, they canceled bowl games, and it's just in sports, it's been especially bad.
And
So
that's
many.
that's the crazy thing about it. They ended up, like I said, last season better than we're into this year and this season. There's, I mean, we have what at one point in time there was over 200 cases in the NFL alone, and last
Mhm.
week I think they were down to like 96, but still 96 cases.
Yeah.
In that league, and then the NBA, the players are coming and going. They're in and they're out, and it's been really, really crazy.
And it's even it doesn't matter if you're sick or not. It's just they test everyone, and if you come up positive, you can't play. And enough players
Right.
can't play, then your whole team has to forfeit. In some of these bowl games, it's
Yeah.
okay. That doesn't really
Affect
quote
their
unquote affect things. Like it's not a championship, so they
right,
just can cancel it and it's
right,
fine.
right.
However, like some of these kids have been quarantining away from their family for Christmas, and then their game is canceled,
Yeah.
and then it's just kind of it's sad. It's sad for them, and it's scary that it's spreading this fast. So it's not good. I mean, good
Sad.
things in sports happen this year, but also negative as well.
Yeah.
Not as
A lot of
good.
negative things. Well, we're gonna go to our first commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Hello, guys. My name is Gloria. I am an instructor at LA Fitness Atlantic Station. I teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Saturdays we hike. We go to a different location. Our classes are 5:45 at Atlantic Station. There's kickboxing, there's body work, there's power circuit, everything you can imagine. And then we hike. We hike Kennesaw, Stone Mountain, the Palisades. We go everywhere. Come out and join us. Find out what your mission is and have fun while you do it. You can find me on Facebook, Gloria Jackson, and I want you to have fun while you get fit. Come join me.
Miss Gloria Jackson, that's I'm so destined for her class. I should have been there, but I have been not just procrastinating. I've been lazy. I've been eating. I've been doing all the things you shouldn't do to be in shape. But Gloria, I'm coming. I'm coming, Gloria. I really am. I really believe in her class. Like I said, I got a chance to record her and watch it, and it is the truth. She's very, very serious. So you know what's coming up
And New Year's
next?
resolution. So New
Yeah,
Year's resolution to go.
yeah,
Could do
yep. That's
that.
one of my resolutions. So you know what's coming up next, right?
What's in your town?
What's going down in your hometown? Well, Lindsay, what's going down in your hometown?
Well, I kind of since we're doing, year in review, I want to just focus my player of plays on the Angels, Shohei Ohtani. He made history this year by being a dual all-star as both a position player and a pitcher. he had an outstanding season, which people were kind of comparing him to Babe Ruth at some points. He hit 46 home runs, drove in 100 runs with a 965 OPS while playing 126 games as the AL's best designated hitter. And he also started 23 games on the mound, going 9-2 with a 3.18 ERI and 156 strikeouts. He's one of the fastest base runners in the major league, stealing 26 bases and scoring 103 runs. And he even led the league with 8 triples. And he also played a little outfield when asked. So he plays for the Angels, which is very local, super close to me. And just an outstanding player, and he's still young, so he has a lot of years still left. And that's pretty much my shout out for what's going on in my town. And Angels are also my team, so just that's what's going on in my town.
All right. Well, that's what's going down in your town. Okay. So, what's going down in my town? The Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks made history this year for 3-pointers, the most in the history. And the other thing that's going down with the Atlanta Hawks is the COVID. COVID is, shut out a lot of their star players. And they got a chance to play for the first time in a long time on Christmas Day without their star players. So that was not a good thing, but I'm glad that they finally got recognized and they were included in a big game like a Christmas Day game. But it's a shame that COVID prevented some of their, like I said, the bigger stars on the team from playing. And of course, the other thing going down in my hometown, we'll talk about some more history, is our Braves. The Braves won the World Series for 2021. So go Braves. I'm so excited about that and moving into this season. Now they're on strike or something's going on, and we'll see what happens because spring training comes up really quickly. I mean, pretty much right after the new year, next thing you know, it's supposed to be spring training. I'm wondering if that's going to be happening. And then the other thing going on in my hometown is Georgia State. What up, Georgia State? Georgia State State University, right down in the smack of downtown Atlanta, who got a chance to play on national TV and a bowl game, which is new for them. They're I want to say they're a younger team in sports, but they're growing pretty rapidly and they're doing pretty good. So I'm excited about that for Georgia State. So that's what's going down in my hometown.
Sounds pretty exciting. You guys had an exciting year.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like I said, the Hawks, who, of course, the beginning of the year, went into the NBA playoffs and did really, really, really well. And they came back to me not as strong. And then now this whole COVID thing. And then, of course, the Braves. If you had asked anybody early in the season would the Braves go even to the playoffs, they would have said no. However, how they say you can't count them out till the fat lady sings. The Braves went to the World Series and won it, which was really, really awesome. And I got a chance to meet a lot of the Braves this year and also interview some of the former Braves, which was really, really awesome. And we're going to be talking about one a little bit later on. Anything else going down in your hometown?
No, I mean, that's pretty much, that was my player of the year for
sounds very exciting. He sounds
it
very
is.
exciting.
I mean, we still have I was talking about the Chargers, but we lost last week, which was not good for where we kind of got out of the wild card position.
No, you're still in it though, right? You're not all the way out. You're just not on top.
But we're just not. Now we have to rely on other teams to lose and win in order to make it, which is not. You always kind of want your like fate in your hands. But we're back to now relying on other
People to
teams
lose.
to win and lose for us. So hopefully that will happen. But how we started this season and how well our quarterback's doing and other players, it gets frustrating when you're like, oh, we have all these good stats, but we are not in a good position for the playoffs. But like I said, I mean, we still have a chance, but it's just always frustrating with the Chargers losing games when we shouldn't.
I don't even want to talk about the Falcons or the Giants. You know,
There-
my two
Yeah.
supposed teams, the Falcons because I live here now, and the Giants because I used to live there, which I'll always
Mhm.
be, always be a Giants fan. And I'll always be a Michael Vick fan when it comes to the Falcons. I'll just always be a Michael Vick fan. But
Mhm.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right.
Yeah.
So I think it's time for another commercial break. And then we're going to come right back and jump right back into some more stuff.
Sounds good.
Every time that comes on, I just can't help myself. Just can't help myself. I'm ready to go have some seafood. All right. Lindsay, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get started. Tell us what's about your year in review. What do you want to tell us about? What do you want to talk about?
We've had an awesome year, despite a lot of ups and downs, but
Yeah.
we've had a lot of exciting things that have happened this year. One of the I'll just start with Candace Parker and how she basically came full circle and came back and won Chicago Sky, their first WNBA championship. She was also named the Associated Press Woman of the Year and Female Athlete of the Year for the second time. Also, I know that some people are like, what? We had the Olympics this year? Yes, we did. I know it seems like so long ago, but the 2020 Olympics got moved to 2021 in Tokyo, and Allison Felix won her 11th medal, and she's now the most decorated U.S. track and field athlete of all time. Also, keeping on with the Olympics, Suni Lee won the gold medal in Tokyo for the all-around gymnastics, and so she was the 5th American in a row to win a gold for the United States. That came after Simone Biles, who she set out due to mental health reasons and brought awareness to the sport, pretty much changing the conversation and the game this year surrounding mental health. Another big thing that happened in sports is Messi, who left Barcelona for PSG, which was crazy because he was with Barcelona for so many years. Giannis going to basketball, helped Milwaukee win their first NBA championship, even though his knee was injured. Nick Saban won another national championship for Alabama, and he earned he's the coach that won the most national championships in history, 7 of them. It's crazy. Baylor's men's basketball won their first ever championship and beat undefeated Gonzaga this year. And of course, topping it all off with the GOAT, Tom Brady, and him leaving the Patriots and taking his talents to Florida, Tampa Bay, and he won another Super Bowl, beating obviously Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So it's been a crazy year and a fun year for sports. Saw a lot of records beat, a lot of athletes overcoming a lot, especially the athletes that went to Tokyo who had to wait an entire year and stay in shape to win those medals, like Allison Felix, and bring home medals to the United States and gold medals like Suni Lee. And just kind of showing the perseverance and how tough you got to be in sports and to keep at that level, the top level in the world. It's astonishing. And these athletes, especially this year, deserve more than just recognition for their athletic abilities. It's their mental game, and also kind of how they did change the sport, like sports in general changed, and overcome so much to get these championships, medals, and everything like that. And I think you're going to talk a little bit about John Madden, and so I'll let you go first, and then I'll kind of talk about him as well after you go.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say hey to Harvey, Casper, and Goddard Tyman. Two more people that have joined us. Thank you for joining, ladies in the locker room. Yeah, I do want to go. Let me go ahead and add this to the stream. John Madden. A lot of people don't know him, but he played football. He didn't just coach football. He did play football, and he decided. Well, let's just say he was drafted in 1958 by the Philadelphia Eagles. A knee injury quickly ended that, and then he became the youngest head coach in football at the time, at the age of 33. He started coaching the team that I started watching, which was my Oakland Raiders. Some people know that, and some people don't know that the Oakland Raiders is the first team that I started. That's when I started watching NFL football. I started watching the Oakland Raiders. And ironically, as I was looking for pictures of John and his coaching of the Oakland Raiders, I found this picture standing by the person that I watched as he coached, Mr. Jack Tatum. Jack Tatum was from my hometown, went to my high school. And, that's how, as I said, I started watching football because my family would gather around the TV on Sunday and, they're screaming and they're yelling and they're watching this guy run around and they're calling him. And eventually I did get a chance to meet Jack. And it was just so funny because he was just this humble giant, just a gentle giant. It was so funny. And growing up as an athlete, I would say, he seemed so lazy to me because he would walk around in his flip flops and he talked real quiet and real low and walk real slow. And he's like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going?" And I was like, "That doesn't seem like the guy running around on the field." But that's a testament of who he was as a person. He was just a really wonderful guy, and that Jack Tatum and John Madden are the two reasons that I started watching football. And I just want to say big up to Jack. Like I said, a gentle giant from my hometown in New Jersey, and John Madden, which became my first coach that I started watching. Again, John Madden. In 1977, John led the team, the Oakland Raiders, to the Raiders' first Super Bowl victory.
Super Bowl, yeah.
All right. And still the Raiders all-time wins. They haven't had a coach a winning as coach as they had when John was there. And of course, in 2006, John was sent to the Hall of Fame. which everybody knew that was coming, and uh, and it was very well deserved. Like I said, taking a team like a Raiders and taking them there, and then of course after that he moved on to commentating. John, this is the crazy thing. He has been a commentator for sports on all the major networks. He was a sportscaster on all the networks, and he was known for drawing on the telestar. He liked to draw and
Texas.
explain. Yeah, that was his thing. He would write all over the screen, and he was in broadcasting for 30 years. He's won 16 Emmys. He worked again, as I said, on all four major networks, and he's announced 11 Super Bowls. And John, everyone knew John Madden. Like I said, they knew him for scribbling on that board, and that was the thing that he was known for. But it was his explanation. He was explaining the game. And that was his thing to do, and we loved him for that. If you didn't understand the game, he wanted to make sure that you did. And then, as I said, of course, he went on to the Hall of Fame, where in 2006, where he received his jacket and his trophy for the Hall of Fame. And then we all know him for the Madden games. He got involved in television. I know we see a lot of people on television now, but John Madden was one of the people back in the day that started doing that. There he is with his Hall of Fame trophy, and then we have the Madden All Madden team, the Madden game, and he was also known because he didn't like to fly and so they tell the story about he borrowed Dolly Parton's trailer to ride around from game to game until he eventually had the Madden bus that everybody knew about. But everybody knew John Madden for his games and John Madden football. And like I said, the Madden football game. And we're gonna miss him. And this was just a big shocker. There's the Madden 2000 and Madden, and then now they have a thing called a Madden curse. Certain players used to always want to be on the label, and now nobody wants to be on the cover because the player who gets on the cover, then they have a terrible year the next year. That was hopefully that's not true, but
Just I was going to add something just really quick. Before all of that, actually, since I went to both San Diego State and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, Madden actually started on both offense and defense as a player for California Polytechnic College at San Luis Obispo in 1975 or 1957 and 1958, and was voted to the all-conference team. And then after that, before coaching in Oakland, Madden was the defense coordinator for San Diego State from 1964 to 1966, where the Aztecs were ranked the first among small colleges with a 26-4 record. So I just wanted to throw that in as well, because those are my two alumni. So,
okay.
But
very
yeah,
cool.
Shocker, and everything you accomplished, like you were talking about.
Major accomplishments of over 30 years in broadcasting, and just he's just really loved around the league, and from the guys who coached him to the guys that he talked about when he was a sports commentator, just really an all-around guy who was really loved around the league. My other person, hammering Hank Aaron. We lost him this year as well, number 44, who hit 715 home runs. And this is another person I have to honestly say I had the opportunity to meet Hank Aaron. And when I tell you his smile lit up a room, he and his laughter, I met him at an awards show here in Atlanta. But Hank Aaron, like I said, he hit 715 home runs, and then he was two-time batting title owner. He had 3 Gold Gloves, 25 All-Star selection appearances, World Series title MVP recipient, Hall of Fame, and a smile, as I said, that lit up a room with a heart of gold. He was a humanitarian, and he was known as the person that helped break the race barrier that happened back in the day when they wouldn't allow African Americans to play in the majors. but with his humility and his personality and his attitude, he was able to get those guys to just kind of forget about color and let him get in there and play. And that's exactly what he did. And if you had an opportunity to meet him, you would understand why. As I said, that smile would bright up a room, and he was just a really, again, a humble guy, a gentle giant, very well known, number 44 in Atlanta, and they have a parking lot, number 44 parking lot at the old Braves Stadium. And of course, they celebrated him last year, opening up the new Truist Park. It was SunTrust then, but it's the Truist Park. And he got out there, and that was him throwing out the first pitch. And he loved the game all the way to the end. And he loved getting out there and being around the players and being involved in the community. And as I said, that's where I met him. It was at an event where he was being honored for his humanitarian, his being a humanitarian. So I want to say big up to Hank Aaron. And like I said, I'm really honored to say that somebody, a Hall of Famer, a barrier breaker, a person that I got a chance to meet. And I'm really, really proud about that because he was just a great, great guy. Those are my main two stories, Hank Aaron and losing those two big guys. We lost a lot of people, of course, in
Yes.
2021 because of COVID and whatever else. We lost a lot and lots of people. But I just want to say that, in the sports world, those were two really big ones. Two really big ones because of the contributions that those two gentlemen made to the sports world, football and baseball. And again, how fitting is it for the Atlanta Braves to win the World Series this
Yes.
year? And I just, I just feel like they did it for him. They did it for him. And well, that was my sports story and my year in review. Did you have anything else you want to add, Lindsay?
No, I was just gonna say it's kind of like when the Lakers won after Kobe passed away. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
bittersweet,
kind of bittersweet, exactly.
bittersweet,
But
bittersweet.
gotta do, yeah. Like you said, a lot of good people this year, and just wishing everybody a happy and healthy and safe New Year, and looking forward to being with all you guys next year. And
Next
thank you for
year.
watching us. Yeah, thank you for watching us
Thank you,
and
guys.
sticking
Yeah,
through us with like 2021 and the pandemic and
yeah.
everything. So thank you everyone for watching, and
Thank you.
stay
Lindsay is right.
safe.
We
Yeah.
thank you so much for being a fan. Tell a friend, tell the family. We'll see you guys for the Super Bowl. And hopefully everybody will be well enough to play a Super Bowl and a Pro Bowl. That's the thing that's
Mhm.
going on now. There's just so much COVID. And I just want to share one more thing. The people who lied, the professionals, the pros who lied about getting vaccinated, I hope now they realize the significance in getting it and how people are able to fight off the COVID-19 and Omicron, whatever, easier if you've been vaccinated. And if you haven't, I have friends right now that are right in the hospital who decided not to be vaccinated. I have a cousin, rest her soul, Miss Fentress Carter, my cousin we buried this year, people who passed away who decided not to be vaccinated. Nobody loves getting a shot. I know I don't. But if it's going to save lives, we all need to consider it. So last thing I'm going to say, we're going to see you guys next year.
Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you guys next year. Good night.
Good night. Great show.